We have an awesome podcast planned for tonight. I'm hosting an Ask Me Anything question and answer session to kick off my new podcast on YouTube, Wives in Real Life. So, on my channel, I'll be sharing my journey through being a wife and a mother during these crazy times. I'll also have guest wives co hosting each week, and my co hosts will be wives from all different ages with different backgrounds, and they'll be sharing their life experiences as well as any, entrepreneurial backgrounds and adventures that they might be on right now. So, some of my co hosts will be teaching us new and fun things. So, stay tuned each week for that. Now, what better way to kick off my new YouTube channel, Wives in Real Life, than to get to know me a little bit better? So, tonight I will answer all questions asked live as well as all pre-submitted questions. So thank you to everyone who submitted questions. And before we dive in, I wanted to take some time to catch you up on how I've been doing during this whole COVID-19 pandemic. So I went from working in an office here in downtown Atlanta to graciously working from home to being told that my position was no longer available at MindBody. So, needless to say, we've gone through some tough adjustments in these last 37 days since the shelter in place order was mandatory. I've gone on a few interviews, so that's good. I still have a hard time figuring out what to wear, though. Nowadays it's like business on the top, nap time on the bottom, right? You know what I mean. Sometimes I show up a bit overdressed, though. One time my interviewer was actually in sweats. So, when did sweats become interview appropriate? Oh, yeah, ever since we gave up on self care, right? We'll be talking about self care a little bit later, though. Well, the good thing is, even though we've been practicing social distancing, we are, still connecting with each other. So I actually feel more connected to my family and friends. I went to my first birthday party on Zoom the other night. Shout out to Miss Avery for turning 8 years old. Woo! We sang happy birthday, she opened presents and everything. Okay, we attempted to sing happy birthday. How many of you all know how hard it is to stay in sync singing via Zoom? Yeah, and a few of y'all know. The only thing missing, though, was the passing out of the cake. So you know what? Next time, everyone brings their own cake, okay? Oh, you know what was really fun? We just hosted a family trivia night via Zoom, of course. Man, I should have bought stock in that last year. But we all had to bring 3 trivia questions, and the person to answer the most will win. Shout out to Big Mike for the win with 6 points. We had some really good trivia questions, y'all, but I could not even get on the board. I swear, some of y'all was cheating with those dual monitors. Y'all know who you are. But my favorite part was taking random screenshots while no one knew, though. You get the best facial expressions when you candidly snap those screenshots, right? I swear I totally got my sister-in-law doing one of these faces. I was like the best, right? Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious. Another one of my favorite things to do right now, though, is to catch a few live church worship sessions and Bible studies. Shout out to St. Luke Missionary Baptist Church coming through with them Bible studies, and Wellspring Cali Church Worship Center for keeping me tuned into the Spirit on Sundays, and Agape Church in Slow for keeping the kids in the Word. Amen. Amen. If y'all are seeking the Word or you need to hear the Spirit, please check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Whatever platform you prefer. Talk about feeding your soul. I'm getting fed all over. And I do not mean those random snacking habits that I have developed, but I mean the workshop that I'm attending weekly with Blake Beltram is called Turning Crisis into Transformation. And I am learning all about the breathing techniques to calm that like frantic voice inside my head, to like all those meditating practices that help me like focus again. We're on week 3. However, if you feel like you need to practice some of this, please check out BlakeBeltram.com and join us for the last week. He has posted the last 3 weeks, and they were really helpful. So I've realized that when I start freaking out or like stressing out about the future or like, where the money's going to come from, I remember to just take a breath and recenter and realize that right now, in this very moment, I am okay. You know, it is okay, and I can move on. So thank you, Blake, for helping and offering up your knowledge and skills. It really does help to be connected to other souls who just have gone through the same thing that you have. Which leads me into self care. So I don't know about you, but I know that as a wife and a mother of 3 kiddos, I tend to naturally make sure that like my husband is good, the kids are good, the cat's good, everybody's good before I even take a look at myself, you know? And now I'm intentionally taking time for myself. Oh, who am I kidding? All I have is time for myself right now. As my husband so kindly reminded me, I do not have to go to the kitchen and grab a snack just because I'm bored. Thanks, babe. But, that's why I'm not intentionally going to get food as my comfort, because I have used food as an emotional crutch for many years now. So I am also trying to take advantage of the many live streaming workouts, okay? How many of y'all have tried to take an online class since this pandemic started? Yeah, I know a few of you have. Okay. You know what the worst part of it for me is, though? It's like sweating profusely on camera while like stumbling my way through a workout, knowing that, everybody can see me. Yeah, yay! But wait, like, the same thing happens at the gym too, so, that's why I never went. No, but honestly, I do want to thank all of the hardworking personal trainers and gym owners out there who have been offering up their services via Zoom. Like, shout out to Christian and Be Free Fit for holding me accountable, along with like Ujam for offering her weekly classes via Zoom. Oh, and my girl Jamie for hosting those 6 weekly sessions live via Facebook. I mean, we're really getting creative and finding ways to share our gifts. So, to all of you, thank you. And if you're looking to get into working out at home, or if you need an accountability partner, check them out and comment below what you're doing to exercise your self care. Okay? Oh, I seriously needed this time to like focus on myself, like especially having to homeschool 3 kids. Like, yeah, I have a first grader, a kindergartner, as well as a preschooler. So, Lord help me. But we were blessed enough to go to a school that sent home iPads and internet hotspots to all those kids who needed them. Like, shout out to Boyd Elementary and the Atlantic Public School System for taking care of our kids. Even with this home virtual learning stuff, man, you teachers are seriously angels. I admired teachers before, but now you all are my heroes. Like, sometimes I can't even stand my kids. I only have 3 of them, so I can't even imagine the patience that you all have with like 15 to 25 of them all in one class. Like, I would seriously lose it. But me and them shout outs. I have to give a huge shout out to preschool. She's been offering those virtual learning classes to all her students, and because it's virtual, it's opened it up to my kids, and like we were able to take classes with their auntie like 5 days a week. So I truly enjoy that hour of quiet. Yes, thank you, Jesslyn. And I hope you keep up the virtual learning, like even when this is over. So we may have Jesslyn on in a few weeks. I don't know. So maybe we can catch up with her and see if she will be continuing that virtual learning classes. And you can get her perspective. If it wasn't for APS and Aspire, all my kids would have started summer school already, y'all. Like, sent their principal home to an early retirement, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like, I'm already retired. I don't work right now. We got a cat. Shout out to all my kitty parents out there. I'm learning new skills like sewing masks. I don't drive anymore. Uh, I'm connecting with my family more though, and I'm traveling more. I mean, have any of you taken the virtual tour of Jerusalem lately? It was freaking awesome. We have even toured some of the like biggest and best museums from all around the world. Dude, like with places like Grubhub and Instacart, I may never leave the house again. I mean, not leaving the house is actually not that bad. I get everything delivered from like I get to focus on myself more. Like I don't have to get in Atlanta traffic and I'm getting closer with my kids and family. So especially with the newest family member to our squad, Buster, you know, right before the shelter in place issue was serious and like permanent, we got like a little 4-year-old fat cat from the shelter. They said he was mellow. And, when he met my 3 kids, I knew he was a keeper. I remember Levi was trying to like get Buster to play with a toy, and Lily was trying to pet him, and Lincoln was trying to chase him all at the same time. And Buster was like, cool, calm, and collected. So you know what? Winner, winner, Buster. Here we are 2 months later, and Buster runs the show. So everyone jokes about how their kids pop up during their Zoom meetings. Okay, well, I have the joy of having Buster walk across my keyboard and then try to pounce me during my Zoom meetings. So, yay! Crazy cat. But we love him. We love him. The other night, we couldn't even find him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thought he had gotten outside. It turns out he had just locked himself in my closet for like the last 3 hours. So, he actually tries to run out so much that we got him a little, kitty harness and leash. As soon as we put the harness on him, he falls to the floor like a little sack of potatoes. But Buster's still getting used to it. But it helps us give him some fresh air. Yes, I'm that cat lady, okay? Please comment what your animals are doing during quarantine. Come on. All right. Well, now that we're all caught up, I guess, let's get into some questions and answers, okay? So, Miss Tracy asks, what is your advice for me? Okay, well, luckily I know you, and I would say the best advice I can give you right now would be to keep up with the farm, keep planting those veggies, keep the chicks in order, and stay self-sufficient. It has been a huge trend right now to grow your own food, bake your own bread, and even starting up your own chicken coops has been like catching on. All the stores are out of yeast, sugar, eggs, and seeds are like a hot commodity right now. So we don't know how long this whole thing is going to last, but stay busy, and I know the hospitals and neighbors would love some more masks. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, so let me see. What up, Matt? Hey, thanks for watching. Christy. We're getting into some deep questions now. We're going to see what comes up. So these are some of my favorite questions that Vogue asked Miss Kim K and Cardi B. Those are my Libras. For those of y'all who don't know, my Libras, those are my top 2. Okay, so what did you do for the first 30 minutes of your day? Okay, So my kids always climb into bed with me. They're my alarm clock, you know. And then I have to get up and make them read 2 books. We make up our beds. We make sure we brush our teeth. And then we go have breakfast. So, what are you and the family doing on a typical quarantine day? So for me, that's easy. Typically, we have virtual learning, you know, Monday through Friday, and then just binge watch some Netflix, you know, whatever. How would you describe your home? Mm, I would say our home is like a beach sanctuary, like away from the beach, you know. But we got our palm trees and everything, you know. So what is the last emoji you used? Probably the smiley face. I'm always smiling. Y'all know. What are your kids most into right now? So Levi's into Roblox and experiments, quote unquote experiments, and crafting, making stuff. He's always searching on YouTube and making some stuff. Lillian is into nail art, you know, reading and coloring. And Lincoln is into Legos. He just had a big old Lego party, quarantine style. So, what's the most rewarding thing about being a mom? I would say watching them learn and retain something that I actually taught them. You know, when they're like, I catch them like telling each other something that I said. I'm like, that's right. Yeah, mommy taught you that. Okay, what's the most important thing you've learned from your family about raising kids? I would say that family is the most important thing. What is your secret to good parenting? I would say not to compare yourself to any other mothers, or anyone that you see on social media posting anything, because, you know, parenting is hard. And most people only post, you know, the good stuff. So there's that. What's the most important thing you want your kids to know? So I want them to know that, like, that they're valued, you know, and that they're loved by God. I think that's like the most important thing. What have your kids taught you? Patience, like, and to let go of the little things. Because honestly, I used to be like a super control freak, especially with my first one. I would be like, no, everything has to be like, you know, but then I got over that. Because kids always throw off your plans. You are never going to be on time for anything. Just, it's okay. It's okay. What's the one thing about your husband that you love the most? Uh, well, you know what, dude? I love that he holds me accountable for like everything. He never lets me slide with like anything ever. So I love that about him, though. You know? How did you know that Adam was the one? Um, I knew that Adam was the one because like I prayed a lot about it, and like I asked for a sign from God, and you know, I feel like God sent me that sign. And then like honestly like a week later he proposed. So I was like, "Oh, God sent him to me." Okay, what's your husband's biggest pet peeve about you? Hmm. Probably that I talk through movies, but you know what? That's not my fault because I got that from my dad. So, shout out to Reverend Johnny Ingram. Talks through every movie. Like, oh, watch what's about to happen. Watch this part. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, what's the one thing Adam has taught you? Um, I would say Adam has taught me like never to give up. You know that like we're partners in life, so like we gotta work everything out. You know, word. What's one thing that you're proud to say you've taught him? Um, I don't know. I think, you know, maybe I've taught him to have like compassion for other people. Maybe, I don't know. What's the best gift he's ever given? Okay, honestly, I always tell him exactly what I want. Christmas, Valentine's, whatever. I'm like, this is exactly what I want. And then he like never gets it. So like last Christmas he actually got me what I wanted, and I was like, oh my god, dang, that was so great. It was this Himalayan salt rock lamp that I wanted, and he was like, I don't know why you want this, but here you go. So yeah, that was the best gift. How would you describe living in Atlanta? Well, like I've never lived outside California before, so it reminds me a lot of the Bay Area, but like with a southern twist. Does that make sense? Yeah. If it wasn't Atlanta, where would it be? Cali. Like, yeah, I'm a Cali girl. Sorry. Uh, whose career do you respect and admire the most? Honestly, I don't know, say what you want, but Cardi B is my girl. Like, I don't know, I totally respect how she consciously made the decision to make something better of her life, and now I don't know, her and Fashion Nova, they're giving away money to help those who've been affected by this whole COVID thing. I totally respect that. Okay, what's the most overused phrase right now? I would say like lit or litty, like, oh my gosh, that can die. Actually, what drives you the most crazy? I would say right now, when people don't give you your 6 feet, like, bro, come on. Like, I saw this dude sticking his head all the way over the counter to like talk to the lady behind the register, and I was mad. I'm like, bro, back up. Like, give her some 6 feet. Anyways, ugh. If you could have dinner with anyone living or not living, who would it be? Jesus, like always. Yeah. What is the last movie that you saw that made you laugh? Well, like it's not a movie, but I don't know. Black AF on Netflix had me cracking up. Dude, Kenya Barris is genius. Seriously. What's the last movie that made you cry? A Dog's Journey, for sure. I cried on A Dog's Journey. That like had my heart. What was the last thing that made you cry in general? Like seriously, a week after I was let go from Mind Body, like it sank in, and I was just thinking back, and it felt like it was like a death in the family. Like it hurt so bad, like losing my friends and my coworkers. It was just really sad. Like 700 of us got let go. But anyways, what are 3 words that best describe you? I don't know. Anyone that knows me, I think would say kind, loyal, and giving. That's what I would say. Any hidden talents? Like I can tell when it's raining. No, just kidding. Like no hidden talents whatsoever. That's so funny. Hey, Tyra. Hey. I love it. Aw. Okay. Who do you call when you need life advice? Like I typically will text one of like my friends, my girlfriends. But if it's like a really tough situation, my sister all the time, I'll reach out to her. Okay, what's the most useful thing you've learned from your mom? Oh, grammar and spelling count. Okay, always proofread before you post. Okay. What do you think you'll be remembered for? Probably for like encouraging women, to like achieve their goals. At least that's what I hope I get remembered for. What's one product you cannot live without? Ooh, right now, this hand sanitizer right here. Sanitizer is life right there. Just saying, don't live without it. Okay, what's your favorite beauty trend right now? There's this natural lip scrub that my best friend taught me how to make at home. So hopefully she'll teach us maybe next week as a guest on our show. Stay tuned. What's a beauty trend you wish you never tried? that silly charcoal mask thing, yeah, that did not work for me. It did not even peel. It was like stuck to my face. That was terrible. Um, what's something you never thought you'd see yourself doing in a million years? Actually, having kids and being married. Like, I don't know. I totally thought I was gonna be single forever. I guess I don't know. What's something people would be surprised to find out about you? That I used to be an avid surfer. Cali girl, beach bum for life, right? Was there a time in your life where you had ever felt most honored? I actually got to be the maid of honor at my best friend's wedding. So, yes, that was like the most honored I've felt in life. What's your favorite thing about your home? We're so close to downtown Atlanta, like literally a mile away, 5 minutes away. So, I love that. What do you wish for your kids? So, my wish for my kids is that they never stop like reaching for their dreams. You know, that they never let anyone stop them from achieving what they're truly passionate about. You know, what's the most underrated part of motherhood? I would say that it's hard. Like, it's really hard, you know, especially those like who don't have partners out there. Like, it's extremely hard for them. It's hard. Um, okay. What's the most challenging part of being a mother of three? The most challenging part of being a mother of three, um, that they have such different personalities. They're like each at different educational levels, you know, and to speak to all of them at the same time and to like break things down so that all of them can understand it. I think that's pretty challenging. Um, okay, who's your fashion icon? Okay, I would say, you know, Josephine Baker, hmm? Janet Jackson, that's my girl, and Tyra Banks. I don't know. I love the classics, you know. What's your go to nail design? Coffin shape. Oh, wait. Not right now, but coffin shape. That's like my favorite. Okay. What's your favorite thing to cook? Mm, stuffed mushrooms. Mm, I make some really good stuffed mushrooms, guys. Okay. What's the best food to get in Atlanta? Wings. Wings for days. Like, millions of flavors. Um, okay, when you were growing up in the Bay Area, who did you listen to? Um, not even gonna lie, I was listening to like Britney Spears, Brandy, Lil Wayne was my dude, and Eminem. Eminem for sure. That was me. Is there anything you wish that you could redo in your life? Not really. Honestly, like not really, because every decision that I've made has led me to this point, you know, right here. And I mean, honestly, I love my life. I love my husband. I love my kids. I love our life. So, no, I wouldn't change anything. What does this world need more of? Hmm. I think human connection, compassion, and like respect for all life. You know, more love, agape love. That's just what I think. What is the most accurate trait of you as a Libra? Remember, I told y'all I was a Libra? Yes. I would say that, you know, I like things to be balanced. You know, I can always sense if someone's having a bad day, and like I want to help balance the vibes, you know? What advice would you give the 16-year-old you? I would tell the 16-year-old me to like have more confidence, you know, and just know that you're loved and that you can achieve anything. Like, that's what I would say. What keeps you going? My kids, the Lord, you know. If it wasn't for that, I don't know. When do you feel most vulnerable? When I need to make a really big decision, you know, like that's another trait of a Libra is like we hate to make decisions. It's really, really hard. So I feel like when I have to make a really hard decision, I'm like vulnerable. I don't know if that makes sense. Hey Natalie. Hey Devin. What up? Thanks for watching, guys. I'm almost done. There's only a few more questions, I swear. Okay. What is Adam's best habit? Ooh. Um, I would say Adam's best habit is that he likes a clean house, you know, so he's always like cleaning, washing dishes, you know. That's good. Okay, what's his worst habit? I think his worst habit probably just assuming that he knows everything all the time. I'm sorry. Don't know everything all the time. That's impossible. You don't. I love you. Okay, what relationship advice can you share? Honestly, communication is key. Like sometimes you have to humble yourself, you know, even when you think you're right, and you talk to your partner about what's bothering you or what's bothering them, you know, like communication. What lesson has Adam taught you? I feel like Adam has taught me that like I don't have to be this tough chick who just does everything herself all the time, you know? Like we have partners for a reason, you know. They're there to help us. And asking for help does not make you weak. It actually like makes you stronger. So I think that's what he's taught me. Hey Cody, what up? Thanks for watching. So what has marriage taught you about yourself? I think marriage has taught me that I can be a bit bratty. I don't know, and it's not a good look sometimes. So yeah, I'm working on that. You know, what's your guilty pleasure right now? Gummy bears. Okay, gummy bears. Who do you most admire? Um, I most admire my mother-in-law like a ton. Like she was a correctional officer. She held it down at home, raising her 4 kids. You know, she overcame cancer, and she showed us that like faith in the Lord can seriously move mountains. So, for sure, respect. Okay, so what message would you like to send to those couples who are thinking about marriage? I would say I would tell them that like it's not going to be perfect, you know? So marriage doesn't solve any issues that you already had. And that it will strengthen you though if you're willing to humble yourself. And that goes for men and women. So that's just my opinion though. Okay. And the last question for the night. What is the one thing left on your bucket list? Okay. I seriously want to run a marathon. Like, even though I hate running, I just want the medal, you know? Like, I just want that medal at the end. But, all right, everyone. That's all I have for you tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope that you check out my channel, Lives in Real Life podcast on YouTube. Next week, we are going to catch up with my best friend, Bree Hazen, and you'll get the inside scoop on what life is like as a newlywed and hear a few stories that no one has ever heard before. Oh, and happy 420 for y'all. You know, comment down below what you're doing to celebrate. Thank you, and check us out next week. Like, share, subscribe, smash that notification button, you know, to stay on top of the latest haps with Rives in Real Life. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's a real life. Like real life. Bye, guys.